Hey everyone, my name's Megan, and today I'm going to be talking about Skipping Christmas, the book, versus the movie, which is called Christmas with the Cranks. So I watched Christmas with the Cranks, I think, when it came out, and I was like 5 or something, maybe. My parents bought it on DVD or something, and I've been watching it pretty much every year since because I love the movie so much. I think it's hilarious. Um, so then I read the book this year, and I really enjoyed it. But the only thing is, I think Luther is more like negative. Like he seems to really not like Christmas. Whereas in the movie, I didn't really get that impression. I more felt that he just wanted to save money on Christmas because Blair wasn't going to be there. I didn't get the feeling that he absolutely hated Christmas. Whereas you get that a lot more in the book. I feel he's more like negative. Um, but I did really enjoy both the book and the movie. Uh, so like they left out quite a few scenes. Well, not they didn't leave it out, but in the movie they added scenes, is what I should be saying. Uh, which I was a little bit disappointed that they weren't in the book. Like there's this hilarious bit where minor spoilers ahead. There's this hilarious bit where Luther is like, um, he got what do you call it, Botox, and like he's trying to eat like I think it looks like pineapples or some sort of fruit. It's like falling out of his mouth, and then he tries to drink water, and it's also falling out. It's hilarious. That is not in like the that's not in the book. There was also a bit where like Nora was reading The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas to the kids, um, in the movie, and that wasn't in the book, but it was kind of hinted at because it said that she volunteered at like a children's hospital or something. So it was like hinted at, but they didn't actually show it. Um, and then what else there was? Oh, the hilarious bit where Nora goes out to get food, and there's like the race for her getting the hickory honey ham. That's not in the book. And the bit where she's like buying the hickory honey ham, and then she's swinging it when she's walking, and it goes out on the street, and a lorry like runs over it. That's not in the book either. And that's like one of the funniest scenes like in the whole movie. It's not in the book. Um, and then another bit was when Luther was like, well, he wasn't stealing, but when he was getting the tree from like the neighbors, um, the police thought that he was stealing it, and all the neighbors thought he was stealing it. And I actually felt they handled it a lot better in the book because in the movie, Spike just shows the keys to the police, and then they're like, "Okay, Luther, you can go," which is maybe a bit unrealistic. Whereas in the book, Fromeyer, I can't remember his first name, Vic, maybe actually, yeah, he essentially goes. Well, Spike goes and gets Fromeyer, his dad, to like deal with the police, and Mr. Fromeyer says like Luther wasn't stealing, he has the keys here, and because he seems to be like quite well respected and known, like he gets Luther out of trouble. So I thought that was like more realistic, and it was kind of nice that like he essentially saved Luther from going to jail. So I liked that. That was like a bit in the book that I thought would have been better for the movie than what they actually put in the movie. Um, and then like near the end, uh, when Nora is like thanking all the neighbors, that didn't happen, in the book, and um, like the way Luther goes like, "Oh, for me too" or something. Same goes for me. He said something like that in the movie. Like none of that was in the book, which I actually thought was better because in the movie they just made Luther seem like not a grateful person, and that wasn't in the book. So I actually quite liked that that part was not in the book because it just made him look kind of bad. Um, and then what else was it? Oh, the bit Marty. They never in the book they never figured out who he was. Rather in the movie, he was like the umbrella guy. There was that scene in the book, but there was like no umbrella guy in it, like where Luther's going in and out of the shop. That is in the book. Um, yeah, like that scene was actually a little bit changed because Nora ended up going in after Luther because he hadn't got the right chocolate or something, and then she went and asked the right person to get the. She asked the butcher to get the chocolate, and then he got the chocolate for her. That bit wasn't really in the movie, but there was the funny umbrella scene, and that wasn't in the book. So it's like a few things swapped around. Um, yeah, so Marty ended up actually being Santa Claus, and that was not in the book, and I thought that was a really cool thing. Oh, actually, also the robbery that happened like near the end of the movie, that wasn't in the book either. Um, oh, what was the other thing? Oh, the Christmas carolers, they were in the book, but the bit where Luther like sprays the driveway, that's not in the book, and I think that's another really funny scene. And then like there's more interaction in the movie as well between Luther and Walt Shield. Um, like Walt always calling Luther old man, and that's hilarious. I think that's, I'm not sure, he maybe said in the book. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely not a lot. Like there was a lot more interaction between those two in the movie, and it was hilarious. And then the cat was also in the movie so much more than the book. Like Luther was always standing on the cat's tail, whereas like that, like the cat didn't even show up until the end of the book. Um, so I thought that was like, I preferred that in the movie, the way they had the cat in it more, because it was funny. And then also the guy who gets stuck up on the roof, that doesn't happen in the book either. Like they remove so many things from the book. Oh, actually, one bit in the book that I did like, another thing that I thought was a good change, when Luther like was stuck up on the roof by the rope because he'd like fallen off. He wasn't stuck up on the roof, but he'd like fallen off the roof and he was like dangling. In the movie, the firemen just come and like cut the rope or something, and he just like falls like on his head on the floor on the ground. Whereas in the book, they like actually properly got him down, which is like more realistic and safer. So I thought that was better uh, played out in the book than the movie. So I thought it was like both. I love both, to be honest. But I do think they definitely added a few more funny scenes to the movie. Uh, one thing I did not like about the book, like the parents, they seemed racist to me. Like because Blair brought home uh, a Peruvian guy, and they were going on about how dark is his skin going to be, and they were like glad that it was light. I was like, what? And they were going on about how it's like a third world country, and how like do they even have electricity there? And I'm assuming they do. Like I think every country, well maybe I don't know, but I assumed that most countries have electricity. Um, so it just seemed kind of racist because he's making them Peru out to be this backwards country, and I really don't think it is. Um, and although I've never been to Peru, so if I'm wrong, then I apologize. I apologize to people for Peru if I'm wrong. Um, and there was another bit. Oh yeah, so in the movie, Blair seems to have known Enrique, the boyfriend. Well, actually, who becomes the fiance, seems to have known him for quite a few years. Whereas in the book, she's only known him for like 2 months, and they're already engaged. And they got engaged like a week into dating, and I was just like, what? So I felt that moved too quickly in the book, whereas the movie was like more realistic in that sense. So I love both, and if I could mix and match both, that would just be ideal. But I can't. Well, I mean, you can because you read bits and watch the movie. So I felt the movie added more funny bits. So I think I sort of prefer the movie. Maybe a bit controversial slash unpopular opinion, but I've been watching the movie for years. Only read the book this year. But I liked it in the book. They added like a lot more stuff. Like there was Luther complaining about his like office Christmas party and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting. And some of the scenes made more sense in the book than in the movie. Um, pardon me. But overall, I thought both are great. Um, so I would give the book. Oh no, wait, I already did it, but it's 4 out of 5 stars. Um, yeah. So I really enjoyed both. And I'll keep watching the movie. Might read the book a few more times as well. So let me know, do you like the books, a movie, or do you hate them? Let me know what do you think. And if you haven't read or watched these, I definitely recommend it because the movie and the book are both really good. So thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Merry Christmas. Although it's a bit late for that, but anyway. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.